Let's talk about our age grade football. There's been this talk that age grade football in Nigeria is dying. We want to bring so many players into the Super Eagles, so many foreign based players, and they seem to just, from where they are straight up to the Super Eagles. Why not to the under 23s, under 20 before, not just from where they are, just direct into the Super Eagles. So looking at our A grade football, found the one day U17 World Cup in 2015. That was the last time we won it, and ever since, A grade football has not really been up to it. So what is happening to the great football in your own opinion, and what do you think about the progression into the Super Eagles national team? Do you think there's a way to go about that?
I think global football development and coaching have caught up with us. That's on the age grade side. It was easy back in the day when football was all about power, pace, and a little bit of trickery. But today, proper coaching, style of play, and that's one of the episodes of this show. I said that one of the biggest problem we Africans and South Americans would face is that innate desire, colonial desire to want to configure our football to suit European style of football, which is very, very wrong. If you ask me, it is absolutely wrong. We want to play tiki-taka. We want to play now Italy just won the Euro. You see almost everybody now wants to play Italian style. When Antonio Conte came to England and brought in the wing-back style and used our very own winger Victor Moses as a wing-back player, we were excited. All of a sudden, almost every Nigerian coaches started adopting that style. The question I always ask people is, how come Nigerian coaches don't invent styles that the Europeans are copying? They would never copy our style. And the funny thing is, that same style was the style that Felipe Trezzi used in 97-98 that we said was not good enough. But all of a sudden, we saw it now as the best style in the world. So the thing is, the system they play in Europe is built from transitional system. Look at almost all the successful European countries that have gone on to win maybe World Cup or Euros or anything, or the clubs in their league are winning the UEFA Champions League or the UEFA Europa Cup. It is a systemic thing that they force the clubs in the league to play a system that will favor the national team, but we don't have that. So when it comes to youth development, there's plenty of youth competition. There is the Surulere League that's metamorphosed into the Fusion League. There is the Port Harcourt City League. There is youth development league everywhere across Nigeria that have replaced the competition that I played in, the Youth Fund Cup that I played in, the Obas Cup, the Benson Idahosa's Cup, and the rest of them that will play the Gogo's Cup and the rest of them. But then there are still competition. Now to transition into national team, I have said this before and I'm still going to say it again. We don't have coaches in Nigeria. Okay, by that I don't mean that there are no coaches, but the coaches we have become sort of obsolete in terms of the quality of footballing education that they have to offer. The younger ones that are coming up, the Coach Ayeres of this world, the Danas FCs of this world, the Coach Danny Nazars of this world, Jamil Issa, people don't trust them enough to hand them a major position to coach. We still have people like, we're still depending on people like, not disrespect to them, Fatai Amao coached Jude Ojo Igalo at Julius Berger. Julius Berger have been out of football since forever. And I'm not saying that it is wrong, but he's still coaching youth teams today. That doesn't make sense to me. Because as far as football is concerned, let's use Roy Hodgson as an example. Roy Hodgson made the 4-4-2 system his own. I played in Sweden. If you go to Sweden, the most popular coach in Sweden is Roy Hodgson. And is popular because of how he made the 4-4-2 or the 4-2-4 system, and everybody, try to copy that system. If you look at Sweden, they still try to play that 4-4-2 because they believe it's the holy grail of football. Even up until when he retired, he didn't change. He didn't see the need to move to this 4-3-3 that people are crazy about or 3-5-2 that the current generation are crazy about. That's the thing with older people. It's not wrong, but it's just that older people don't change. They stick to what works for them. Like Buhari, there is a particular way he thinks that Nigeria should be run. Your digital ideologies will not move him. Now, that will make you feel like, oh, Buhari is a bad person, he's not a good person. But this is a system, this is a way, a pattern. Old people are never in a hurry. because they've lived their youthful life, they have rushed it, they are no longer rushing. So you that is asking them to be in a hurry, to come and give you press conference, to come and talk to you every day, they don't see the need for it. So it's the same thing with the coaches that we have at youth level. You can't be trusting these older people, not like they are bad coaches, but their time have passed. You need to bring in a new generation of coaches. But unfortunately, we've not been able to set up institutions that train coaches. I'm not saying NIS is not good, but I'm saying that their workbook is outdated. I'm sorry to say that their workbook is outdated, so it doesn't really meet the needs of today's coaching requirement. And beyond all of that, what we do with coaching today is just certification to qualify. Okay, by that I mean go get your CAF A or B or C license so that you can be able to sit on the bench for league. The league organizers on the NFF, they've done their best to make a condition for that to happen. But do you know that we've not had coaches that really reinvent the game like you had with people like Zachary Baraji back in the day, Monday Sinclair, Amadou Shoaibu, Philip Boama, Kadiri Kana. You know, we've not had those kind of coaches anymore, you know, who really invent, who really reinvent the game. These are people, what coaches that we have now are copy and paste. Now, so that they do more, let's do it. One of the great coaches that we have in Nigeria, unfortunately, troubles always seems to follow him across his line. There are two. Sunday Olise is a great coach, but got a very disgusting attitude. Okay, as a human being. Do I hate him for that? I don't know. Sunday Olise is my all-time favorite Nigerian footballer. Okay, as a football person, Sunday Olise is my greatest footballer to ever play for the national team. But as a coach, it's kind of attitude that you don't want to have around you. Okay, he doesn't want to be led. He always wants to be the leader, and you can't always be the leader. You have to also great leaders also have to know when to submit themselves to leadership. Another great coach that we have, who really is a good coach, but attitude again, and this is the sin of the class of 94 that I keep talking about. People say I hate them. I don't hate them, but their attitude is unbecoming. It's Samson Yeboah Siasia. Samson Siasia is a great coach. If you've ever gone to, if you play football, it's easy to know that a coach is good. When you watch their training, you watch their methodology, the way they talk to their players, the way they psych them up, and the way they set their team, you know, okay, this is a good coach, okay? But the problem is, these guys are they are fleecers, okay? They are like parasites. All they need is use the national team to make money, sleep with women, they cause problems, insult the people who employ them. You can't get those kind of people to work. Another great coach that we have is Emmanuel Amunike. Unfortunately, his arrival to the scene also coincided with a time where there's no money, no funding, so many problems, and it just didn't work for him. But Emmanuel Amunike is a good coach. Uluka Agbade is another good coach that nobody seems to like. I don't know how that is. I don't want to bring the region and all those kind of conversation right now. But Uluka Agbade is a great coach. That's the kind of coach that you need to have developing young players for the national team. But unfortunately, he just seems to have that thing about him that people will always want to put him as, he's like the Carlos Queiroz of Nigerian football. People will always want to make him second fiddle. I would leave Uluka Agbade as the under-17 coach and make Emmanuel Amunike the under-21 coach or under-23 coach any day. But unfortunately, I am not the one running Nigerian football, and the people running Nigerian football are competent enough to take decisions that they like. But then there are some coaches that have no business around the national team. And then again, when you employ these coaches, you should also fund them, because once you take away funding from them, you open the door for agents and state government and politicians and people to influence them to take players that are not qualified, and then we truncate the system to develop our football.
So in a nutshell, you're trying to say getting A-grade football right, we need proper coaches.
Yes, sir.
Coaches institution to
Yes,
nurture
sir.
these players.
You are listening to Reverberate TV Radio.